moving wood. Macbeth tried to gather an army to fight Malcolm, but he had no friends left and no one wanted to help him. He began to wish he were dead, but he had enough courage left to come out of his castle at Dungeness and fight a hopeless battle against his enemies. While Macbeth was preparing for the battle, a messenger came to tell him that he had seen a strange sight. As I was watching on the hill for the enemy, I looked towards Birnam and I thought the wood began to move. You are a liar and slave, cried the king, and then he added, if you are lying, I will hang you from nearest tree. But if your story is true, I do not care if you hang me instead. He thought to himself, now I doubt to advise of the witches who spoke the truth but tricked me all the time. The words of those devils never mean what they seem to mean. Then Macbeth went out to meet his enemy. The messenger had not lied when Malcolm's army was marching through Birnam Wood. He ordered each man to cut down a branch of and carry it with him. Thus Macbeth would find it much more difficult to estimate the size of attacking army. The result was not the whole Birnam would seem to be moving towards the Dungeness. In spite of his hopeless situation, Macbeth fought fiercely and with great courage. He remembered that witches said no one born of a woman could harm him, and this increased his bravery. He killed many of his enemies, although his own small army did not support him well. Meanwhile, Macduff, who was leading the first part of Malcolm's army, was determined to fight Macbeth. He wished to kill the king himself because Macbeth had murdered his family. At last, the two men saw each other. Macbeth did not want to fight, but Macduff rushed towards him and fierce struggle began. Macduff fought savagely, thinking of his dead family, but Macbeth was not all afraid. He wrote Macduff that his life was protected against anyone who had been born of a woman. Macduff replied that he had not been born of a woman in the ordinary way, but he had been taken from his mother's body before the proper time. For a moment, Macbeth's courage disappeared. I will not fight you, then he cried to Macduff. Macduff left then a prisoner, and see all men laugh at you as a coward. Macbeth thought for a moment and then replied, I will never obey young Malcolm or be cursed by the people. Let us fight Macduff. After a great struggle, Macduff killed the king and cut off his head. He presented it to Malcolm, the new king. Everyone was relieved that the region of the cruel king Macbeth had ended.